Okay, YouTube, welcome to another update on my channel status with the Flying Fent. This time, I'm going to do a little bit of discussion of EU4 while I kind of put this video out, just because I don't want to put it a 30-second video. I am still sick. I still have a very bad cold, so things are not ideal from that perspective. I did try to do some recording yesterday, and it didn't work out. It did not work out at all. I managed to talk for about 6 minutes, and then I was completely exhausted, and it drained my throat so much that I pretty much didn't get any sleep when I woke up today. My throat was just ravaged. So, yeah. But I want to put in a video because it's been a while, so I felt like I better do something to, if nothing but to reassure people that yes, I am going to come back. I am going to record more videos as soon as I can. So yeah, still sick, still feeling cold. You probably hear me kind of smacking my lips a little bit. It's because I'm sucking on a cough drop right now. My voice seems not too bad at this moment, although I think those of you that are gifted in the audio sensory department will realize my voice is still quite rough. So EU4 is what I have in front of me. If you're a World of Tanks person, I'm probably going to start putting out World of Tanks again. Depending on how this goes, I might try to record an episode today. But World of Tanks is going to be probably the only series that continues relatively soon. The reason I say that, both Dwarf Fortress and Europa Universalis 4 take a little bit more work for me to make, simply because I find there's a lot more thought involved. They're games that involve pre-planning versus World of Tanks, which is like a reactionary type thing, right? You can't really, you can come up with a plan in World of Tanks, but it's you wait to see a tank and then everything changes, right? Like it's more reactionary. You can just hop in and play. You don't have to think really too much. So I might try a World of Tanks video tomorrow or today and see how that works out. We will see. As far as Dwarf Fortress goes, we're going to pick up right where we left off. And I'm actually looking at the schedule that's in front of me right now. The problem I run into is that I'm going back to work the day after tomorrow, on Wednesday, assuming I feel better. And if I don't, then I'll call in sick, and obviously I won't work. But if I'm still sick, I'm not going to be able to record videos either. So that's kind of the hurdle I run into with things like EU4 and Dwarf Fortress, is that going back to work is going to basically mean I'm not going to get a chance to record any. I mean, I might do one episode here or there, and if I do, honestly, it's probably going to be Dwarf Fortress, simply because that series is ongoing. But, so I mean, you might see one episode this week, or maybe two of Dwarf Fortress, but that's really going to be it. The next time that I go on days off after I go back to work is the 6th of January. And so that's where I would start recording EU4, would be the 6th of January. So that series, expect to see start probably Friday the 9th of January is when the next Europa Universalis 4 series is going to come out. And I have no doubt in my mind that I'll be feeling better by the 6th of January. So you should definitely see EU4 starting on the 9th of January. Schedule for that is going to be the same as it was for Ayat when Ayat came to an end. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be one episode a day going out at noon. And then on Monday through Thursday, there'll be 2 episodes a day, first at midnight, first thing in the morning, and the second one at noon. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday one episode, and then Sunday or Monday morning at midnight, depending on how you want to look at it, will be the next one. And then Monday at noon, and then Tuesday midnight, or Monday night, however you want to look at it, and so on and so forth. So that's going to be the schedule going forward for EU4. Dwarf Fortress, like I said, expect to see maybe one episode this week. Most likely, though, you're also probably not going to see Dwarf Fortress come back with any regularity until, again, Friday the 9th is probably a good time frame to look for that. And again, Dwarf Fortress is going to follow that same schedule as well that it had before I got sick, which was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is 2 episodes a day, and then Monday through Thursday is 1 episode a day. So for everyone who's looking at EU4, I've been doing some thinking. I haven't really played any EU4. I've been playing around with a bunch of games I got on the Steam sale. I love Christmas for Steam because they always put so much stuff on great sales. There's a few that I'd like to do videos on. because they just look like they're amazing games. But I've been playing. I tend to get like really weird games. I don't know if there'd be a big interest in seeing videos on them. But for example, I was a huge fan of Defense Grid, and Defense Grid 2 went on sale, so I picked that up. I like it because it's tower defense and I can play it for 5 minutes or whatever. So I did some of that. What was some of the other stuff I picked up? Let me actually open up my Steam and take a look. I picked up Lords of the Fallen. I don't know if I'll do a series on that one, simply because it's supposed to be super hard. I picked up Rise, Son of Rome, and that's one of the ones I would love to do a video on. I know that a lot of people have done walkthroughs of Rise, Son of Rome, but I think it looks amazing, and I studied Greek and Roman culture and civilization, and it's also supposed to be relatively short, so I think Rise, Son of Rome would be something I wouldn't mind doing a series on. I don't know when I'd get around to it, but, you know, we'll see. I picked up Spin Tires. I have been playing a fair bit of Spin Tires. I always like the look of it, so I've been putzing around with that. It's a pretty fun game. I could see myself doing a Spin Tire series, but not right now. It's not really something that I think melds well with kind of where my channel is going. Not that Rise, Son of Rome does either, but, you know. I also picked up Thief, the latest Thief. I was a big fan of the old Thief games, and I was interested in trying Thief when it first came out, but it got such negative reviews that I just didn't want to spend time on it. Something else I've been playing a lot lately is This War of Mine. I didn't get that in the Steam sale. I got that before, but if you don't have it yet, it's a really good kind of leisurely game. Just be prepared to have your emotions toyed with, because it's quite powerful that way. And then I managed to pick up Xenonauts in the Steam sale, and I've loaded the beta so I get the Armored mod. I saw Scott Manley playing it. I loved the original XCOM Enemy Unknown? No, not Enemy Unknown. What was the third one? XCOM 3 was what? Apocalypse, that's it. I loved Apocalypse. It's really the only one I played extensively, but I really loved XCOM Apocalypse. So I picked up Xenonauts because it really reminds me of XCOM Apocalypse, although I think it's missing that whole dynamic of like aliens trying to infiltrate factions and you have to go destroy factions, but you can also, in doing it, make money by destroying. So I don't know. But I picked up Xenonauts, and I really think that would be a good series for me to do as well. Of course, I've only really got time for 3 series, and World of Tanks, Dwarf Fortress, and EU4 are definitely here to stay. So that would be the kind of thing that I would do, time permitting, if I ever do find time to permit. In any case, let's take a moment and talk about EU4 and what we're going to play. There were basically one comment again. It seems like Old Big is the only person who seems to give advice on my EU4 videos. I get lots of people give me suggestions for Dwarf Fortress, and I get lots of people give me suggestions for World of Tanks, but I don't get very many suggestions on EU4. So it makes me wonder if Old Big is the only person that watches my EU4 series with any regularity. In any case, Old Big gave some suggestions. He mentioned some European nations. I really think I'd like to do something a little bit different, though. I really am leaning towards either Africa or the New World. And I think the New World would be fun. Let me just switch over here. I was thinking I could try the No Trail of Tears achievement, but I'm also not sure if I should do that, simply because I've never played a North American nation before. And so I don't know if I want to go for kind of a tricky achievement. I mean, you have to own the whole 13 colonies, right? Like all of this as westernized Cherokee, not just as any Cherokee, as the westernized Cherokee. The nice thing about Cherokee, though, is you could right away go for the Creek. And of course, then you have contiguous territory. You could go for the Creek, the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, and then hope that people migrate in closer so that you have neighboring provinces to go after as you kind of expand initially. So that hopefully, by the time the European powers really show up in the New World, hopefully by then we can have a fairly sizable nation while focusing all of our colonial efforts on the coast to kind of lock down the 13 colonies. So I don't know. On one hand, doing an achievement in an area I've never played seems difficult. On the other hand, the Cherokee do have a pretty powerful starting position. Really, the only people that would worry me would be the Iroquois or the Huron, I think. And if you can focus your efforts on this area, you should be okay. It would also be interesting to maybe play as the Aztec or whatever, especially now that they've broken them up. But I really think I want to play as a North American tribe. I do have friends that are Cree, so that would be interesting for me on a personal level, but their starting position is a little weak. And I mean, they're stuck in the north. Even if you start migrating right away, it's going to take you a while to get over to the coast or do anything. You know, you go north, I suppose, and get to Hudson's Bay, but there's really not as much money in that trade node as we'd have down here. So I'm really thinking Cherokee, if we go with North America, would be a good one. Then there was also the something Timbuktu or something like that, where you have to own all of Africa as the Congo. I think that's what it is, own all of Africa. That would be an interesting one. If only because you'd have to get rid of the Mamluks. Castile and Portugal will eventually move. You can't colonize here anymore. Oh, I didn't even notice that. When did that happen? Was that 1.8 or 1.9? I suppose that'd make it a little bit easier. You will have to worry about them still all the same. Kind of right from the get-go. For a minute, I thought that was Portugal. I was like, what? They already start over there? No, they don't. Okay. So that was the other thing I was thinking, was own all of Africa as the Congo. I thought that'd be an interesting one. Or I could play any of these other countries in here. I think this mismatch would be interesting too, because you got lots of room to expand. You would have to worry about making allies and whatnot though. Versus, of course, playing over here where you can completely ignore any of that. I am going to kind of give Europe a rest again and play something else. Again, we just finished over here, so I'd rather give that a rest as well. So I really am. I'm leaning heavily towards the Cherokee, unless someone wants to suggest something else. So Old Big, I guess I'm looking at you since you're the only one in the comments. Old Big, if you'd like to see the Congo as opposed to the Cherokee, let me know. Or if you'd like to see me play a different North American nation other than the Cherokee, let me know that as well. I'd be curious to try something else. The only reason I'd lean towards the Cherokee is for that one achievement, but we can always do, you know, play as the Arapaho, for example, and then do that achievement as the Cherokee later. So I'm pretty flexible. But let me know if you have any comments on what you'd like to see. And I do appreciate all of the support and all of the patience people have shown while I dealt with holidays and now illness and whatnot. But definitely expect to see EU4 come back in earnest on Friday. Did I say the 9th of January? No, I said Friday. Yes, I did say Friday the 9th of January. Okay, good. Yeah. Expect to see it come back in earnest on Friday the 9th of January. For now, though, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.